So Mitchell Robinson just said something that might actually explain why his free throws have been so bad this season, and the craziest part is that his trainer actually called this exact problem months ago. Right now, Mitch is shooting 39% from the free throw line, dead last in the NBA among players with at least 80 attempts. Yeah, worse than Rudy Gobert. But after the Knicks game in Toronto, Mitch finally opened up on what he believes is causing it, and honestly, Knicks fans, the explanation might surprise you. Because according to him, this is not about mechanics, it's about confidence, rhythm, and how the Knicks are using him offensively. So we're gonna break down everything Mitch said, the Facebook post that went viral, and what his trainer revealed earlier this year, and whether the Knicks actually need to change something before the playoffs start. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about the reality of the situation, because Mitch has been elite in a lot of areas this season. Mitchell Robinson is currently leading the league in offensive rebounds, averaging about 9 rebounds per game, and completely dominating the glass whenever he's on the floor. The effort, defense, and rim protection have all been elite, but the free throws, yeah, that's been the problem. This season, Mitch is shooting 33 for 84 from the line, which is 39.3%. And we all know what that means late in games. Opposing teams like the Celtics start thinking about Hack-a-Mitch. We saw it before. And if it happens again in the playoffs, that could become a real issue that would force the Knicks to take him off the floor. But here's where things got interesting, because this week Mitch posted something on Facebook that immediately started trending among Knicks fans, and it might explain everything. Here's the key part of what Mitch wrote. He said, quote, "It's confidence and muscle memory. If you ain't comfortable with your shot, then you know what the result's gonna be." But the bigger point he made was about how he prepares during games. Mitch said that during the season, he mostly works on layups, hook shots, and finishing drills. But he doesn't get the same type of shooting rhythm that he gets during the offseason, and he also brought up something interesting about game flow. According to Mitch, sometimes it takes 11 to 16 possessions before he even touches the ball. Think about that for a second. You're running up and down the floor, setting screens, playing hard, playing defense, and rebounding, but you're barely getting touches offensively. By the time you get fouled and go to the line, your shooting rhythm is not there, and Mitch says that that's the real problem. Now here's where this story gets even more interesting, because Mitch's personal trainer, Marcel Scott, actually talked about this earlier in the season, and he almost said the exact same thing. Scott basically said if the Knicks get Mitch involved offensively early in games, his free throws will improve. Why? Because shooting is about touch and rhythm. If a player never handles the ball, never takes jumpers, never gets into an offensive flow, then suddenly you ask him to shoot 2 pressure free throws in the fourth quarter, that's tough. Scott's message was simple: get Mitch a few touches early, let him feel the ball, let him get comfortable, and according to him, the free throw percentage will naturally improve. Then after the Knicks game in Toronto, Mitch basically doubled down on that idea. He said, quote, "I don't really get shots up like that in practice, mostly layups and hook shots." He also talked about how during his rookie year, he was actually hitting around 60% in workouts, so when people started suggesting the classic solution, shooting free throws underhand granny style, Mitch shut that down immediately. He literally called it, quote, "silly as hell," and honestly, you kind of understand his point, because from Mitch's perspective, the issue is not his shooting form, it's the lack of rhythm leading into those shots. When your entire role offensively is setting screens, rolling to the rim, and grabbing rebounds, you're not developing that shooting feel, so when you suddenly get fouled, that's when things start to fall apart. Now here's where Knicks fans are split. Some people are saying Mitch is making excuses, but others say that he actually has a point. Because if you look around the league, most big men still get some type of offensive touches during games. Elbow passes, short jumpers, face-up opportunities, but Mitch's role in the Knicks offense is extremely specific. Protect the rim, rebound everything, catch lobs occasionally, and that's basically it. Which raises an interesting question. Would giving Mitch just a couple more touches per game actually help his rhythm, or would that mess up the offense? And this is where the conversation really matters, because the playoffs are coming and teams will absolutely game plan around weaknesses, and if Mitch is in the floor late in games and still shooting under 40% from the line, opponents might start fouling intentionally. We've seen it happen before, but if he can even raise that number to around 55% or 60%, suddenly the strategy does not work anymore. And that could make a huge difference in close playoff games. So here's my take on the whole situation. Mitch is not completely wrong. Confidence and rhythm absolutely matter when it comes to shooting, but at the same time, at the NBA level, you still have to knock down free throws when the opportunity is there. That's part of the job. The real solution might be somewhere in the middle. Maybe the Knicks give Mitch a couple more touches early in games just to build rhythm, and Mitch keeps working on the mechanics so he's ready when those pressure moments come. Because if the Knicks really want to make a deep playoff run this year, they're going to need every advantage they can get. So Knicks fans, I want to hear from you. Is Mitch right about the rhythm problem, or is this just an excuse for shooting under 40% from the free throw line? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and sub to the channel for more Knicks news and updates you will not want to miss. It's been KNYT here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.